Hi everybody. I wanted to share some meditations that I had done late September, early October when I was working very closely with the maple. And the meditations are very meaningful to me, so it's really with a lot of heart that I share them with you. And I have notes because I do want to get it exact. So I was working with a maple that's not too far from my apartment building, maybe about 20 feet or so away from the balcony. And sometimes I would sit out on my balcony and just kind of have a meditation with her. And so one of the times that I was out there communicating with her, and let me just say that, you know, because the life force runs through everything, I believe that we can communicate really with everything. So the one time she is out there and she's talking about love, and she said, there is a deeper love than what you have been taught. She said there is the love of the intern, or the internal love. And then she showed me two spiraling columns that were interconnected. They were green and very beautiful, and they were spiraling upward. And, you know, they were in her, and she's showing me that they were also in me. And that was the intern that she was talking about. This. She said, this is the love that creates the palette with which we paint the world when we express it. This is the internal divine love. So I think that's, you know, very beautiful and meaningful. And even though, you know, I know it was coming from her, these are not words I would have chosen myself, but I understand what she's talking about, and I know you do too, that deep internal love and that connection with the divine. So another time that I was doing a meditation with her, this time I wasn't out on the balcony, I was actually in my back room, and I was working with the Tarot of the Hidden Realm, and I had pulled the Knight of Pentacles. And this is that card there, and you can see he is making a pentacle with tree branches. There are oak leaves behind him. But again, I was working with the maple. And this time, the meditation was a little different. And this time, you know, she and I actually started walking together, which is quite an experience. And very slowly, the maple tree and I walked out of the neighborhood. We walked through a wooded area, and we walked across a body of water, small body of water. And then we came to an opening, like a small canyon. And in order for me to get across, she laid down. I walked across her, and then she met me on the other side. We continued walking, and then we walked up a very high cliff. And then when we got to the cliff, she wanted me to climb her, and so I did. And I climbed her, and then she put out a limb, like beckoning me to go out on a limb. And it was strange and a little scary because, you know, it feels kind of real, these meditations, and I'm so high up. So here I am out on this limb. And then she wanted me to look up in the sky, and there was a beautiful bird flying in the sky. And she said, see the bird flying in the sky. The bird is in the air, and the air is in the bird. And the bird is the air, and the air is the bird. She said there is no separation. And again, she's, you know, speaking about love and this deep connection. She said that the air and the bird are eternally inseparable. Then she sent me down deep into her roots. And she again shows me that connection. She said she knows the earth so very well, and the earth knows her in turn. And her roots, every little root, every twist and turn of her roots are being hugged by the earth in a very intimate connection. And she said again, there is no separation. And this is the kind of love you must look for. Then she asked me, well, where is your connection? And the first thing I said was with the earth. And she said, no. She said, that's not right. Wow, I thought. So I thought about that. And what she said was, how many times have you wished to leave this earth? And so I did think about that. And, you know, in times of great despair or great illness, you know, there have been many times when I've said, oh, I wish I wasn't here anymore. So it made me think a little deeper about this question she was presenting me with. And then I realized it's the source. It's the source where my most intimate connection is, and that the source is in me, and I am in the source. Now that answer she did like. She agreed with that. And she said, again, she said, this is love. This is true love. And so it's really given me that, something to think about, to really appreciate and deepen my connection with Source. Therefore, with everything around me. And also, as that meditation was winding down, she had a little advice for me to strengthen my body, especially when I'm dancing, where I normally will bring just water with me, but she wanted me to start using some maple syrup. So I got some grade B maple syrup, which has a fair amount of minerals in it. And I started putting a little maple syrup and a little lemon in my water. And, it does seem to help to sustain me through the hours that I'm dancing. Okay, there was, okay, so then one more I want to tell you about. This was October 15th, and it was just about that time. The leaves were starting to change, and a lot of people on YouTube were talking about the coming season and about Halloween and all that. And I was sitting out on the balcony, and this is what she said to me. She said, I am not dying, my dear. She said, I am shedding the past season. My roots go deeper now, exchanging knowledge and gaining wisdom with the earth in the deepest of ways. You should do the same. Steel yourself, ground yourself into the wisdom of the earth. In the spring, I bring my deepened wisdom upward, and those who come to me for nurture will benefit from my new wisdom. She said, feel the earth so deep within you, how wise she is and how sensual. Feel her strength. That is you. That is who you will become. There is great love for you in the earth. So you can see why they're so deeply meaningful to me. Now, I still have a few of her leaves that I had picked up. They're really getting dry now. I have a few here. And what I had done is I had gotten a leaf and I did crush it. And I've been carrying it with me in a bag so I can, remember her words of wisdom and to give me a little extra strength. Also in my little bag, I had grown some catnip on my balcony. I dried that and I added some of that in here for playfulness. And a little rosebud that I had found is also in here. So I've been carrying that with me in my bag. And I want to close off by reading a poem. It's from 1602, and it's a poem about trees and their beauty throughout the seasons. It was anonymously written, and it is called My Love in Her Attire. My love in her attire doth show her wit. It doth so well become her. For every season she has dressings fit, for winter, spring, and summer. No beauty she doth miss when all her robes are on, but beauty's self she is when all her robes are gone. So thank you very much, my dear friends, and I will see you soon. Bye.